Hello, and thank you for joining us. More than half of the country is bracing for a massive winter storm that could start as soon as tomorrow. Snowy and icy conditions will stretch from the Northeast all the way down to Texas and New Mexico. Experts are warning some Americans could be facing power outages and major travel disruptions over the next 5 days. Multiple airlines have already started canceling flights in states including Tennessee and Texas. Preparations are underway in some states, with local transportation departments preparing roads with salt and readying snow plows, while some areas, including upstate New York and parts of Pennsylvania, have already been hit with inches of snow. In Texas, some residents are preparing by buying generators, worried they may lose power after the state's grid failed in previous years, most notably during that 2021 storm that left more than 200 people dead. Governor Greg Abbott tried to assure residents today the state is prepared.
The ERCOT grid has never been stronger, never been more prepared, and is fully capable of handling this winter storm. There is no expectation whatsoever that there's going to be any loss of power from the power grid.
We have team coverage of the winter weather ahead from New York to Texas. Lonnie Quinn will join us in a bit with the forecast, and we'll hear from one of our local stations about how residents are prepping in South Jersey. But we're going to begin our coverage tonight with CBS News correspondent Jason Allen in Fort Worth, Texas, where up to a ½ inch of ice is possible. So what are locals there doing to prepare?
Yeah, well, Lindsay, you nailed it, and it's going to be that sleet and that ice that falls first here. Now, to talk about what they're doing to prepare, look at this downtown area, right? And we're in Fort Worth. This is I-35W and 30, and look at all these raised overpasses here that you have all over this area. None of this insulated. So for the past couple of days, road crews here, and if you look down at the road surface, you can kind of see the lines in the road. It's almost a white dusty on the lanes. That's just from all of the brine that they have been drenching this road surface with. And that's their best protection here. We don't have the plows like you're going to have to the north. Just here in Fort Worth, they've only got like 30 sand trucks to handle all of the city of Fort Worth, a city of more than 1 million people. On top of that, they've got extra crews from state troopers here. They prepared the water system. They're getting better with that. That's something that they had trouble with 5 years ago when we had the freeze. They're opening up warming centers as well, but they're expecting this and preparing for this to be a 3-4 day event before temperatures are back above freezing again.
And what are people that you're talking to saying? I know they get a doozy every now and then, but is this still pretty rare?
It really is, and it kind of shocks people into action when something like this happens, Lindsay. So we were at a couple of stores today, hardware stores, right? Big box stores, Home Depots, Harbor Freights, people coming in looking for generators. But guess what? They're already gone. Heaters already gone. You could go to stores yesterday, bottles of water already gone. So when you go through something like this and you're told it's going to last 3 or 4 days, people a lot of times don't keep the materials they need to get through that, and they definitely still remember what happened back in 2021. That really sticks in everybody's memories here. So they're trying to get ready for something like that, even though, as we heard from state officials, they feel they are much better prepared than they were 5 years ago.
Okay, Jason Allen, thank you. While the South braces for icy conditions up north, we could get hit with piles of snow. Some parts of Pennsylvania are expecting up to 14 inches to fall throughout the weekend. And in South Jersey, people could see upwards of 12 to 16 inches. That's where we find Ryan Hughes from our CBS Philadelphia station.
It comes at $37.56.
For the past 2 days, registers have been ringing, and cashiers at Grocery Outlet Bargain Market in Sicklerville have been getting a workout while scanning some of the essential items many people are buying before the big snowstorm.
It looks like this time we're actually going to be getting some serious snow.
Christian Aviles is picking up snacks for his 2 young kids, one of his many stops while getting ready for Sunday's snowfall.
Getting little food items that we didn't pick up yesterday. So yeah, we're definitely trying to beat the rush because I know it's going to get crazy.
From fresh vegetables to the snow day staples, milk, bread, and of course, eggs.
Yesterday we sold 40 cases, and there's 15 dozen in every case. So that's been a big hit. And then obviously the essentials, meat, bread, milk, you know, you need to make sure you have enough of that no matter how long the snowstorm lasts.
And some shoppers in Cherry Hill woke up early and stopped by the Home Depot looking for a different kind of storm supplies.
Just came out with some ice melt and a new shovel, supposedly ergonomic, supposedly less strain on the back.
The rush is on in South Jersey before the major storm hits this weekend.
I'm excited. I like snow, especially when you don't have to work. I used to be a letter carrier. I'm glad I can just look at it and don't have to go out in it.
And the owner of the store tells me over the past 2 days he has sold more than 10,000 eggs, and this storm is still several days away. He's opening up an extra hour early on Saturday to give people more time to prepare. Reporting in Sicklerville, New Jersey, I'm Ryan Hughes.
Ryan, thank you. CBS New York's chief weathercaster Lonnie Quinn joins me now on top of the broadcast center. What a sight behind you. I love what that woman said. She's like, I love it. As long as you don't have to work, you can just look at it. What are we in for?
Okay, this has the potential to be a big storm, but in terms of tracking the storm right now, Linz, I want to stress this not just to you, but to everybody right now. When we track a hurricane, the hurricane is formed and we have an idea of where it's going. We get data from the storm itself. This storm has not even formed yet. All right, it should be forming tomorrow. Right now, we're working off of 2 long-range computer models. We'll have 6, 7, 8 at our disposal once it forms tomorrow. So for Dallas, places in Oklahoma, make your preps today, tonight. Get out there tonight and take care of things if you can. All right, let's get right to it. What are we looking at? This is clearly a snow and ice threat by all regards. Icing is the biggest worry out there. We'll talk about that here in just a bit because it's going to be, as you just heard from Jason, a lot of ice potentially. 1/2 inch to an inch. Can you imagine that? Everything coated in an inch of ice. It looked like a crystal palace, but you can't move. In terms of snowfall, some folks can be seeing 12 to 18 inches of snow. Let's get right to that accumulation map, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Wherever you see that bright pink, that's that 12 plus. And again, we're seeing the upper limits. 16, 18, some see it higher than that. It could be anywhere as you push into, say, the New York City metro area. And you asked me when we started this little conversation, Linz, you know, what's this going to be like? And when's the last time we saw something like this? We haven't had a foot of snow or more in New York City since 2021. Our record setter, 2016, put down 27 inches. I don't see this being a record setter for us, but this is going to be a very problematic storm with the snow, with the wind, the real cold air that's out there as well, and some icing and mixing, even possibly here in the tri-state area. Linz?
Lonnie Quinn, the best of the biz. Thank you so much.